Fountainhead is the Bible of architecture, and I did read it when I was in class 12. So it thrilled me. Just the thought about creating spaces that people will cohabit and live in and they will use sounded so interesting and so sort of exciting. And I think that was the moment where I said that, hey, you know what, let me give this a shot, and it worked. Architecture is actually the right mix between art and science. For every project to be successful, you have to use both your hemispheres to be synced together. So the aesthetics are driven by the right side of the brain, and the left side of the brain takes care of the logical and the more practical part. Now, I actually consider myself quite balanced, and whenever I'm working on a project, both the right and the left side brains work in sync. However, in all my projects, greenery, natural light, spaces which are sort of well illuminated, use of natural materials is always a priority. Our projects are basically client-centric, and each project is built around the story of what the client wants. So there was this old bungalow which is almost about 80 years old, which was given to us as a project. The brief was very clear and very simple, that we want that bungalow, we want to retain the character of that bungalow, but we want to make it of contemporary use. So we had to actually do a lot of remodeling internally, while we kept the external surface and external character of the bungalow the way it is. So we created it in such a way that the elevator was camouflaged with a lot of landscape elements, plants and all. We retained the old character, even internally and externally, but bringing in all the modern technology that is required. The other project that I would really like to talk about is another old restoration that I had done for a particular club in Kolkata, which is again almost more than 100 years old. So they named it Bar 1, and then we brought in again the old world charm, but we brought in contemporary vibes to it. So there's a mix of all the Yugo lights, which are very contemporary, but the old world Chesterfield sofas, it had a contemporary twist to it, a modern twist to it. So these are two projects which we have done in the past a year and a half that are very close to my heart. AI is the technology of the future, and I don't think the world can survive without AI today. However, if AI starts replacing creativity, then I think we are headed into a very wrong direction. AI should be used as a tool to help creativity. The human mind is always going to be far more creative than the computer is. And we want AI to be working hand in hand with our images and with our vision, but not replacing our vision. So I think architecture in India is at a very exciting phase. 20 years ago in the 1980s and early 90s, we were seeing cookie cutter kind of buildings which were quite typical. But now if you look around anywhere in the country, we are seeing very exciting projects by senior architects, by junior architects, by the young people. The horizon has broadened. I would just advise them that think sensibly and act sustainably, because that is the key word for the future. So I think this is a very unusual and an exciting project which has been collaborated between Kohler and Forbes India, and I'm very privileged to be a part of it. I'm very happy that they have decided to do a project like this, which helps us as architects and designers to bring our views across to many more people. And I'm very happy and thankful to them